Hi everyone, my name is Nora Katab. This is my video that I will be presenting. So I'm just going to start by talking a little bit about me. I'm not married, I don't have any children, but I'm lucky enough to have two sisters and a really beautiful nephew. So I've included some adorable photos of him below. As for my career, I am a grade 1 French immersion teacher in Whitby. I am currently teaching at Julie Payette Public School in Whitby as a grade 1 French immersion teacher, and I supply taught for about 5 months before scoring my first LTO. I completed student teacher placements at Dubai American Academy and public schools across Montreal as I completed my teacher certification in Quebec. Finally, I moved back home to complete my final placement at Trafalgar Castle School in Whitby, and that's kind of where I'm working now as a part-time residence assistant on the weekends. So I just organize fun events for the girls who are living there and for the girls who are international students as well. So my hobbies, my passions are travel. I absolutely love traveling. I don't think there's anything in the world I like more. I've just included some snapshots of my time abroad in the South Pacific region of the world and Europe. I've spent some time working and living in both Europe and Australia. And I'm Egyptian, so those are my roots, and I often went back home to visit with my family. Uh, my hobbies are running and yoga, and I love to eat. And I'm really interested in French cinema. That's actually what sparked my interest to teach French. I strongly believe that exercising can have a huge impact on mental health. Most importantly, it promotes all kinds of changes in the brain, including neural growth, reduced inflammation, and new activity patterns that promote feelings of calm and well-being. It also releases endorphins, which are powerful chemicals in your brain that energize your spirits and make you feel good. I also believe that mental health is absolutely um, a legitimate concern if you're not feeling well in your mind. So it's just like having bronchitis, for example. It is an illness that should definitely be treated. Treatment should not necessarily be pharmaceutical, but it definitely requires attention, just as a physical illness would. I'm just going to move on to technology. I regularly use iPads in my classroom as well as my smartboard, but I'm becoming increasingly frustrated with my smartboard because it's not really it's not mounted on my wall. So I share two smartboards with my entire school of 1,100 students, and it just rolled in and rolled out, and it doesn't align properly. It doesn't orient properly with the smartboard markers. So it's just very frustrating because I was expected to give such an eloquent response in my interview for the job on net technology, and then I'm not really provided with the resources. And I also have one iPad for my whole grade 1 class and one computer lab to share with several other classes, 1,100 students, as I just said. Technologies that I use my cell phone, I use an iPhone. I would say I'm fairly addicted to my phone. I check it at least once an hour. And it's the first thing I check when I wake up. It's the first thing I check when I go to sleep. So sometimes I kind of reflect and think back like, oh, I really wish that I could just fall asleep reading a book like I used to. Um, I've noticed a lot of impacts of negative impacts of too much stimulation from iPads and video games in young children. So I offer reading recovery sessions and tutoring sessions in French for primary kids. And I notice as soon as their parents give them their iPad before coming to tutoring or coming to reading club, their attention is all over the place. They're not able to sit still. They just seem antsy. They're shaking. Their jaws are kind of grinding. But it's if their parents don't give them their iPads before, it really makes a difference, and I see the focus. I'm really seeking interest in studying more about schizophrenia in mental health and wellness. I'm not sure if that's a topic we will explore, but it's an illness that's been in my family for generations, and I know my aunts really suffered from this disease. So I'm interested in finding out what kinds of things can be done that are not so pharmaceutical. So maybe what are some herbal remedies? I'd like to understand how young children are affected by body-mind workshops. So yoga training, Cosmic Kids, I know is an amazing program for yoga. I would be interested in seeing a study between two focus groups, that with one that completes Cosmic Kids yoga or regular spiritual practice once a week versus another group that does not, or even daily actually, like just a 60-second fix, like a meditation for 60 seconds where they stop all stimulation and they just sit there quietly. So I'd like to see the difference in the two groups, and I would also like to learn what would be the optimal age to learn a language. So at which age is it considered just too confusing to learn two languages at the same time? I know I've read studies that say 5 to 6 years old, but I'm really noticing that some students just refuse to speak in class altogether because they're so overwhelmed and they're 6 years old. So I would be interested in learning more about that. Thank you for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed my video.